Hello, BookTube. I don't know if this is going to work. I couldn't quite work out the ergonomics of where to place the camera for our next library tour. So I'm holding it in my hand, and I don't know if that's going to work. So this might be abbreviated. Let's do one shelf and see how it goes. The first book that we have here is is this Jonathan Galassi? No, this is David Slavitt. This is a David Slavitt translation of Lavina Nuova by Dante. In a lovely advanced copy, this is from 2010. So I don't know. I don't think I ever got a finished copy of this. I don't think I've ever seen it. I remember liking it. I think I wrote about it. And it's of interest to me because there's a new Penguin Classic coming out of the Lavina Nuova. And I don't know if they're using this translation or not. A whole bunch of stuff fell out of this. I'm wondering if that's important. Here, let's put that aside so that we don't lose track of it there. Then this next one is The Mystery Story. And this is a collection of authors writing not mystery stories, but about mystery stories. A volume that I just love because I do a deep dive on murder mystery stories every March for March Mystery Madness here on BookTube. The same thing with this next one. This is by Howard Haycroft, and this is The Art of the Mystery Story, where he includes disquisitions and essays and whatnot by a whole bunch of mystery poobahs on mystery stories. What? Something up there is fighting me. I think it's the creature from Little Shop of Horrors. But that's all right. I think we can still maneuver here. How are we doing? Is this visible? Is it okay? I think tomorrow will be easier, but it's just this one. Then we have The Lord of the Rings in a box set. Rather somewhat tasteful movie box set that has movie covers for the 3 volumes. It still has the gilding there and everything. It's just a modern box set of Lord of the Rings. And then we have an older box set of Lord of the Rings, this old thing from 50 years ago. The binding's a little bit stiffer, but I fell in love with the books through this set, through this box, so I have it right next to the other one. And then we have yet a third Lord of the Rings. This is a green trade paperback. It's seen better days, but I found it in a box of books outside on the sidewalk one day. That is, you can't really make it out, but that is a rain-spattered Gandalf walking along purposefully. And I've never had this trade before. If I encountered it at the Brattle newer, I'll grab it definitely. But in the meantime, I thought I would take it just the way it was. Then we have Nick Piason's book Spying on Whales, classic natural history from I think a few years ago. I don't know if I wrote about this, but if I did, I'll try to leave a link to it down below. And the title comes from the fact that the author is perfectly aware of the fact that we don't know much about these animals. We only see little bits and pieces of them. They spend most of their life, 90% of their life, well outside of human view. So you're spying on them when you learn anything about them. You're spying on them. Then we have a book I've talked about on this channel many times before, Spooky Action at a Distance. This is George Musser's attempt to explain quantum mechanics to the non-initiated. It doesn't really work. It terrified me, but it's fascinating reading. He manages to make it interesting. This ergonomics really doesn't work. I'll have to put more thought into next time. But we're finishing up anyway, because the last thing we're doing here is Paul Brooks's memoir, 2 Park Street, right here in Boston. A publishing memoir that is just, it's intimate, it's tiny, but it's really, really good, just tremendously good. Whenever I see a copy, I grab it for bookish friends here in Boston. And Boston, I think, is the only place where you're ever likely to see copies of it at a used bookstore, because it was much touted here 100 years ago. But there you go. I'm going to stop there. I know that's a short library tour, but I'm worried about the ergonomics here. Things are falling left, right, and center. I will have to come up with something a little bit different for next time. But I thought you didn't want to go a day without a library tour. So I'll wrap this up for now, but I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.